guys, 10,000 miles. It's actually a little over now, but man, let me tell you, there's not a whole lot to say, but I'm still gonna throw out some of my thoughts on crossing 10,000 miles on this 2021 Harley Davidson Road Glide. So I bought this bike last year, and in April, end of April, and I crossed 10,000 miles a couple of weeks ago. So now I'm filming this in May, but a couple of weeks ago I crossed 10,000 miles, pretty much 1 year. And yeah, I mean, my last bike I had for a year and just crossed 6,000 miles. This one was 10 because, let me just say this, it is just so darn comfortable that you just want to ride it. You know, it's got, even though this is not the special model, this is not the limited model, or watch this guy, it's not the special model or limited model, it's got the amenities. Paid extra for the Box GTS. It's got Android Auto in there already. I put a whim in there in case I ever switch over to Apple, so I have Apple CarPlay as well, which kind of sucks because you know, in this day and age, it just it should be in there already. You shouldn't need to purchase a separate module for a couple $100 just to get Apple CarPlay going. But Android Auto is on there. The only difference is that module enables you to use Siri or Hey Google features. So yeah, I mean, I've got music here, I've got native maps, I've got Android Auto going, I've got 2 speakers. I don't, you know, this is not the Ultra or the Limited where you have you know, the tour pack with the speakers in there, but those speakers are good enough. I haven't spent any extra money on changing out the speakers to powerful speakers. Maybe down the road I'll do it. I just don't see any reason to at the moment to change the speakers out and put an amp in there. It does just fine for me. But 10,000 mile guys, I mean let's start with the hiccups. There are none. I have never, in the 1 year of ownership and riding 10,000 miles on this, I have not had a single issue in it. I haven't had a single issue to where I've had to take it to the dealership or any other mechanic. Nothing, none, knock on wood. Thank God, no issues. I mean, it's been as reliable as most people hate these Harleys for being unreliable. It has been just that much reliable for me. So yeah, I mean, all I've done is a regular service by the book. Now, service, those guys are super nice, very friendly. Any dealership you go to, man, the experience is just out of this world. I've made a video on this before as well, but you walk into a Harley dealer, whether you're a customer or not, they will treat you, you know, in such a friendly manner that you know, you compare it to any other motorcycle dealership, and you'll know the difference. So having said that, the service guys are great. They're very friendly, you know, they're very helpful. So I've had 3 services done. So the first one was at 1,000 miles, second one was at 5, and then I just had the recent 10,000 mile service done. And one thing I'm gonna say is that, you know, if you're a little bit savvy, or, you know, if you're not, I would learn how to at least change your own oil, because obviously if you get it done through the dealership, it's going to be a little bit expensive, but luckily for Harley or any V-twin owners, there's plenty of mechanics out there that are very knowledgeable, that know their stuff, and obviously are not going to be as expensive as the dealership. So that's a little advantage if you're not very mechanically inclined to do your own service. There's many options out there to get services done, to get the all 3 oil changes done, all 3 holes as they call it. Apart from getting the normal services done, this bike has not been to the dealership for any issues, knock on wood. I haven't done anything crazy to it either. So as far as performance goes, all I've done is put on the Reinhardt DBX 45 slip-ons. That's it. I haven't even done a stage 1 kit on it, guys, after 10,000 miles. And let me tell you, even now I feel like it's got enough power. The M8 engine has enough power for me on what I need to do. I'm not going to the King of the Bagger races to participate. I'm just riding on the highway. It's got enough power. You can do a kick down to 5th gear and pass somebody, no problem. I mean, as far as power goes, to me, I feel it's got enough. Of course, when it comes to power, you can never have enough, right? But yeah, I mean, look, I'm just going normal highway speed. I just kick down to 5th, open up the throttle, and look, I'm passing everybody. It's got enough power for me. But yeah, I mean, I get it. If you know, once you get that itch for the need for speed, then no power is enough. But if I ever do anything in the future, I will probably just do like a stage 1 kit. So I've already got the slip-ons, and all I'm gonna do is get a nice heavy breather or something, and then just tune it, and that would be enough for me. My last Harley, the last Harley I had was a Sportster, and I had stage 1 kit on it, and it made a world of difference. It almost felt like the bike can breathe better, you know, it's just less restrictive, and that was more than enough for me. And I'm just thinking that if I ever go stage 1, that'll be it. But yeah, so all I've done is I have my accessories videos in there. Have a look at it. I'll put the card up here, and you know, I've changed the handlebars. I've got the sissy bar, the Suicide Chopper sissy bar, which I really love. A cheapo luggage rack, like a claw luggage rack. I've got the saddlebag guards, and I put in the lowers, Advan black lowers, good quality. Of course, I've got some paint chips on there because they're lowers and the rock chips hit it, but still, overall quality of those Advan blacks were great. No complaints there. If I ever decided to get a tour pack, I would definitely get one from Advan Black instead of Harley, just to save that money, because I think their quality is just right there. I mean, I would imagine they're probably making those Harley tour packs and selling them to Harley. I mean, there's just amazing quality. If I ever decide to go for that look and for that feature and functionality, but I don't. I like the setup that I have with the sissy bar and the luggage rack. So but yeah, so as far as fuel mileage goes, you know, this thing's got a 6-gallon tank. I've never ever emptied it so much where I've seen actual 6 gallons go in. So last time I was riding, I was really pushing it, and I was pretty much at, you know, running on fumes. And then when I filled it up all the way, it was 5.7 gallons. So that was just by chance that I had to there was no gas stations around me, and I didn't fill up with gas on the way to work. So but yeah, fuel mileage is great. Depends on how you drive, of course. I've been averaging 40 to 45 miles per gallon. I would say a solid 40 miles per gallon with the way I ride. I mean, I'm sure there are other people who are riding 65 on the highways, and they're very smooth with the throttle, and they probably get a lot more. But me, when I'm on the highway, I'm kind of going with the traffic flow, so it takes a hit on the mileage, but still very good. I'm very impressed with the mileage. What else can I tell you? So I do recommend, if you get the standard model, but I would recommend opting for a Box GTS though. It does come in handy. It's worth the extra $1,000. I think it's $900 or $1,000. And as far as the other accessory I would recommend getting the saddleback guards as well. I mean, I don't really like I'm like on the fence 50-50 with the look of the saddleback guard, but you know what, it just disappears. You never know, and it looks good. I mean, I'm not a chrome guy. I am Every Harley I've had has been the you know, the darkened out version or the black version where the engine, everything is you know, blacked out. But this is the first time I've ever owned any bike that has chrome in it, and I'm not a chrome guy, and I have to tell you, the chrome does look good. You know, you just have to keep it nice and shiny a lot more often, I guess, but it does look good, and the chrome is held up well. All of these, you know, of course you have some scratches here and there. That's not the chrome's fault. You know, that's your fault, I guess, my fault. If I'm wiping down the bike and it's got dirt in it, I have to be more careful. But for the most part, I don't see any rust yet on the bike, and the chrome is in tip-top condition. So yeah, I mean, what else? I mean, there's nothing much to say. The seat, I have to say, I purchased the Saddleman road sofa seat, and that was horrible. I did not like it. People say give it 1,000 miles, give it 1,500. Man, I gave it almost 2,000 miles, and I did not like it. 30 minutes later, my butt was hurting. I went back to the stock seat. I'll be honest with you, the stock seat is pretty comfortable. I think the stock seat is good. For me, I can sit on the stock seat 2-3 hours, maybe more, a little bit more, without having to say, okay, I need to take a break. And if need be, if I don't find another seat, I may just get an AirHawk, you know, the AirHawk pad, and just put that on there if I'm going on longer rides. But I think the stock seat is pretty comfortable. But yeah, I think on the long run, it probably won't be as much. You'll have to, you know, it'll start bothering everybody. It's just a little too soft in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, stock seat is great so far. I'm looking at the CVO seat, that low two-piece CVO seat. A lot of people have said that they are overall they are very comfortable, not necessarily as soft or softer than the stock seat I have here, but as far as comfort goes, riding comfort, they do pretty good. So if you have any experience with the CVO seat, those two separate seats, let me know. They kind of look like those not Saddleman, but the other company, Mustang seats. But let me know if those are comfortable. I might look into getting one of those seats for the bike. But other than that, I don't know what else to tell you. I went to Florida on this bike, went to Orlando, went to Daytona, and the trip was so comfortable, so smooth. I don't even know. I mean, the cruise control is a must. I was having fun. I enjoyed riding this 10,000 miles, putting 10,000 miles on this motorcycle. It's been so comfortable. If I don't sell this bike, because I just have this thing that I just want to experience I just want to experience all the bikes on my bucket list. Like, I want to get a Goldwing, you know, tour model. I want to get a Can-Am Spyder RT Limited. Those two are still on my bucket list. But you know what? Every time I sit on this bike and you hear this rumble, man, I just love it. I just can't get enough of this Harley rumble and the exhaust pipes that I put in, and just the feeling, the tall handlebars. Yeah, man, it's just something else. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I don't know. I mean, if there's any other questions you guys have, let me know in the comments below. But I'm just thinking that if you think this was the most boring 10,000 mile review of this motorcycle, well, guess what? There is nothing to report. This bike has been nothing but great, nothing but solid in terms of reliability. I've had no issues, no complaints. It's never had to go once to get diagnosed for something that is not working, or there hasn't been a warranty claim on it yet. There's nothing much to report other than it's been a solid bike. I can't speak for all the other Harleys or even your model, but this touring bike that I have, a 2021 Road Glide, these 10,000 miles have been trouble-free, and I hope to get many more miles out of this trouble-free. So I appreciate you guys watching. Please hit that like button, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, and until next time, be safe.